Hello, YouTube, Twitch. We back at it. Game 2. If you joined us last game, we simmed out early. We did end up winning the first game. On to the second game. Gonna try and get some, just some VC here real quick. Get some upgrades, because we are about 6 upgrades away from 85, which is when you get microwave. So I'm trying to get to that point as soon as possible. Before I start playing online again. Again, if you're just joining us, last game dropping didn't quite drop the triple double, but you know, we'll see what we can do. And you will see me take some dumb shots. Don't hate me too much. Trying to get some points for difficult shots. Too, while we're at it. I just forced that there. Who is that? Let me just dunk on you real quick. So, if anybody's wondering, I'm playing on Superstar. If you're wondering how I'm getting those like contact dunks, it's just the dunk packages that I run on top of the fact that Pick and Roll Maestro just bumps up your make possession so much that you can just pretty much finish inside at will if you get a screen. That is so a little screen reliant build, but I still think that this is probably the most balanced build in terms of making you and everybody else around you better. This is the build that you want to go for. Either this or, you know, the 6'8 variant. Depending if you like Pro-Am better, you should go 6'10, max weight, max wingspan. If you like Park better, 6'8, about 250, kind of like that LeBron type body. You will get a little bit better layups and dunks for going smaller, so that's a big plus. Again, difficult shots plus pick and roll maestro equals fadeaway cheese. I'm sure you've seen it in the park Pro-Am. You can do it with this build. Can't really do it without a screen unless you're like wide open. But if you've got a screen, easy money. As he misses there. And I want to post some online play too. I posted a little bit, but I usually lag. And that's not fun. It's not fun for me when we lag. So I don't like to post it. If I do get some gameplay where I'm not lagging, I'll post it. Even if I am lagging, I'll post it. But if I get a game, some good games, you know, we'll see. We'll see if we're lagging. And Jokic just dropped the ball. One thing about Jokic, he kind of does his own thing. Like, he'll run the fast break and, you know, try to get a triple double. not really a fan of that style of big man just because it's so hard to get assists. Because he doesn't like to, run the pick and roll. It seems like. Plus, running the 3-2, not the best freelance offense in the game. Especially when you got shooting bigs. Like, you really want to be in, like, 4 out, 1 in, or 5 out with shooting bigs. So, um, yeah. Fast break, one man fast break bonus. You do get some nice dunks like that with the one man fast break. And you get it to silver. Right now I'm about halfway to silver because I usually push the fast break, get the assist over, get the score. Because Dimer's more important to me to get to Hall of Fame first before, you know, anything. That's what I'm working on. About halfway to Hall of Fame pick and roll maestro. About halfway towards not halfway, but like I'd say 30% to Hall of Fame Dimer, maybe less, maybe a little bit less, because my people out here not don't want to be hitting shots even with gold Dimer. Yeah, that was a nice little putback from Larry Nance. Mm. Again with the deflections. I'm not getting any passes to go down today, so that's off. There we go. See, I could have made a move and went to the rack and probably would have finished. But I'm trying to get some assists. Do get a extra like 70 VC for a double double, so and that's what we are here for. Also played a lot, answered a lot of those questions on 2K Interactive. Got some extra VC there. That was cool. 2K throwing us a bone. Not really, because, I mean, what's an extra 1,000 VC or whatever it is? I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it's kind of shitty. But, you kind of do what you gotta do. As Fareed misses a shot there. But Fareed's a beast on all the rebounds and defensive end, but not so much the best pick and roll option, even though, you know, it's kind of his game in real life. That step back, heavily contested, you do get mid-range dead-eye, so you hit some shots. This build's not bad. It's not the best shooting build. Like, you're not going to come out here and drop 40 just shooting anyways. You can drop 40 if you're mixing it up, but if you just out here wanting to shoot, this is not the build for you. This is a build if you want to get triple doubles, if you want to help your team, you want to get better as a player. Well, I wouldn't even say that really, because it's kind of cheesy. Being 6'10", but also being able to handle like a guard. So, it is kind of cheesy build, the Demi-God build, or whatever you want to call it. This was the Demi-God build last year. I feel like it's all, probably going to be the Demi-God build for the foreseeable future. I don't think anything's going to really change with that, because as long as archetypes are in the game, my shot is just off today. But anytime you're in this game and somebody's rocking up your playmaker, and you can speed boost. As long as you can speed boost with this build, it's gonna be good. Um, that is one thing I did recommend, like maybe going 6-8, just because if you go 6-8, you get higher ball control and speed and layup and dunk. And if they do ever nerf speed boosting, like they say they made it an 87 or 88 ball control, this build would no longer speed boost. This build would be not as good. It would still be good from the fact that you still get Hall of Fame Dimer, Hall of Fame Pick and Roll Maestro, but it wouldn't be the same in terms of like 1-on-1. Like yeah, you still blowing people with the pick and roll. Like that's like if you got a good big man, you're gonna be out here. You're gonna be out here doing work. Like just especially if you're like at the park, you get matched up on a big man or pretty much anything that's not a small forward. Like anything that's not a small forward or a defender, you're gonna just shit all over them. The only the only builds that I really have trouble with on the park or pro-am are those sharp defenders, because they get gold defensive stopper, which makes it to where you can't speed boost, so you can't break their ankles. Your ankle breaker gets reduced to bronze, so it's no longer gold, so you're not breaking them if they're any good anyways, because that's another factor, right? But they make it to where you're pretty much going to be relying on your teammates if you're going up against one of those. But you can still get your stuff, your dimer and stuff will be dropped, but just because your tributes are all dropped and stuff doesn't mean you still can't be effective. You just have to play better and smarter. Because just from him being on matched up with you and being on the court, it's gonna take away a lot of what you want to do. Like, I really think those are underrated builds. You don't see them a lot, especially on the park. I see them more in the pro am, which is even worse because the sliders in the pro am are a bit tougher on your shooting and stuff. But yeah, the defender primary 3-point secondary is probably gonna be my next project. I really want to make that build because I think it'd be easy to badge out just because like defensive badges are so easy to get because all you do is play defense and probably gonna make him a shooting guard because if you didn't know, defensive stopper only affects one position higher, one position lower, and I'd rather lower the point guard, shooting guard, small forward rather than the shooting guard, small forward, and power forward. Because let's be honest, who's out here who's out here doing the work for their power forwards. Their power forwards. I play power forward a lot. You get forgotten. I get forgotten. Like people just don't think that you can handle the ball, or because you're so big, like they just assume you're a big man. I hate that. Like I'm not I can do some things. You know, you can score inside with this build. You can. It's not impossible. It's just better off the dribble, off the drive. Just facts of life. Um, yeah, you're just really better if you have the ball in your hands. Because I mean, Dimer, you're gonna be if I just pass it to you and you take that ugly shot that I know you're gonna ISO into, um, at least you have a little bit of a better chance to make that pass. Like, that's one thing that's like I don't get is like if I've got a pure point, you know, you know, I'm, you know, I could be somebody who didn't have his badges, but you know, if I only even if I only had silver, um, dimer, you know, I still that's better than not dimer, you know. But these people, they want to ISO into these terrible fadeaway shots for badges or whatever. There's a time and place to do that kind of stuff. Like there's like fadeaway shots are fine if taken, you know, when appropriate, but don't just dribble into three people and fade away thinking that you're gonna cash that because probably not going to make that shot. Like very very low percentage shot, especially if it's like deep two, which most people either do like the fadeaway threes or the fadeaway mid range, but the deep two fadeaways are even especially worse. Wow, I timed that near perfect. Still missed it. Damn. That just goes to show you, that little extra layup and dunk you get from the 6'8" variant would have maybe been the difference there. That's very small, very very small percentage of your shots, but might make one more layup, one more dunk in a game if you just by dropping a couple inches still be able to play defense, be faster. You will be a little bit faster with the 6'8" build, but 6'10", a little bit better of a rebounder and defender than the 6'8", just for the pure fact that you got uh, you're just longer. The longer you are, the better you can play on defense, regardless of what anybody says. You know, if you you ain't gonna strap me up with a 6'4", 6'5", or even some 6'6" guard, and I'm 6'10". But I'm gonna strap you up. Like it's just gonna happen. But yeah, that defender build, probably gonna go 6'7" max wingspan, max weight. It's gonna be kind of I'm not gonna be like the guy with the ball in his hands. I'm gonna be the guy that makes sure that their best player doesn't score 40, doesn't sit here out popping shots and going off. I'm gonna be that guy, that 3-and-D guy, sit in the corners, hit your threes, and on defense just lock up. A very boring style, I guess. So is like big man. I think big man's kind of boring, but it's needed. Like you need these guys that play these positions. I picked a pure playmaker because I was like, uh, it's a real fun build, or so I've heard. This is my first attempt this year at it. It was really fun last year. And you make everybody better. Like who doesn't want to like play with somebody who makes everybody better just from touching the ball? But you get ignored a lot, and that's kind of not fun. Because people just forget because you're not at the point. They think that you can't run point, but I'd argue that it's probably my best position at this point is the point guard position. Just because like I said, I just make everybody better just from passing them the ball. Like, and if there's not another pure point playmaker, you're not gonna sit there and be better than me at making people better if you're not a peer too. Because I got my gold badges, so I'm gonna get my Hall of Fame badges, and only pure playmakers have Hall of Fame dimer. You know. There we go. I can't get ankle breaker Hall of Fame. That's kind of like the one downside of this versus like if you made him a 6'7" point guard, you'd be able to get Hall of Fame. But I mean, if you're gonna make him a 6'7", you might as well make him 6'8" or 6'10". Like at that point. But yeah, you are sacrificing. Um, you are gonna sacrifice Hall of Fame ankle breaker, but trust me, gold is plenty. I snatch ankles on the park sometimes, when I'm trying. I usually don't ISO too much, unless I'm not getting screens, then I will. I'll ISO, I'll ISO you to death if I'm not getting screens, but if I'm out here getting screens, I'm just gonna take the screen and I'm gonna probably make one move and get to the basket. That's kind of my style. Uh, I played running back in football in high school and college, and so I really have like just this downhill moment, just go downhill. Um, I played, basketball too, but not to the extent. But yeah, so I would like to get downhill, so I might make one move and then I'm gone. That's that to me is the most efficient way to play like any like slashing build or point guard build. Like I don't under really stand the dribble god kind of mentality. The reason why I don't understand it is because in the long run it's not really effective. It looks good. Like it really, I mean, it looks nice. I wish I could do some of the stuff that they do. And I do a little bit here and there. I'm not inept at dribbling. I've been, playing this game for however long I can remember. Before there was my career, you was playing, you know, 1v1s where you control the whole team. And I mean, you still can play that, but it's not nearly as popular anymore as it used to be. Used to be able to make some good money playing 1v1s too. So I didn't really play like any position on the court. But I prefer the wing, like a wing playmaker, just because I think that's what usually the small forward's one of the better people on your team or should be. And damn, he came out of nowhere for that. Just like so, I want to be matched up on their best player on defense. Yeah, I might take some L's, but I had some really good defensive games last night that I really wish I would have had on video. But if I had them on video, I probably wouldn't have got them because I would have been tough on lagging and stuff. Um, like this one game, my dude literally only scored because of fouls, like free throws. He went like 0 for 6, 0 for 7 or something like that. Had like 4 points, you know, and he went to the free throw line like 3 times at least. And he only had like 4 points, you know. So, that's some really good defensive games last night. Oh, wow. And I'm going to get the over the back call. See if I can get them to give me a rest. I have 96 stamina, but they leave me in all game. They like to run me to the ground, so until I get that 99 stamina. Even when I get the 99 stamina, I'm not sure I can even make it a full game playing 30 a night. So somebody just messaged me, asked me if I want to run. Probably going to. Go ahead. Yeah, sorry, I had to pause it there real quick. I had to respond to that message. People out here like to move on. I do want to play with some people online. Might even put it on YouTube. I haven't played with those guys before yet, so it'll be interesting. Uh, and on those drives like that, little like tip, and I know Free didn't hit that, but a little tip is when you do take the pick and roll and you're running it, and if you don't want to like score, but you want to get the assist or try to get the assist there, you can like kind of purposely run into the roller's man, and it'll leave him like open, and if you run into him, he leaves him open for an easy layup. Not guaranteed that they're gonna make it. As you see, Freed missed it, but it was an open layup, and that's all you can really ask for. You can do that on like the pro am and stuff too. Just be careful, cause you don't want to play too fast, cause then you'll lose the ball in that situation. But I like to drive in, post, like post up a little, hit that left trigger to kind of post up, and then just like dish it over my back to the big man, or out to one of the corners, wherever it is needed. And I got fouled. And we'll see if we can ask out. We can ask out, so I'm gonna end it here. 25, 6, and 11. I got my uh, VC endorsement points, so I'm just gonna end it here. I'm gonna go play with those guys. Try, play their pro am team. See if I can't dish out more assists, get some rebounds, drop some near triple doubles, like we've been doing. I appreciate you watching. If you like it, like, subscribe, leave it in the comments what you'd like to see more of. If you'd like to see more of this build, or if you want to watch my upcoming builds, I'll be posting those as well. The grind, it just doesn't stop. So take it easy. This has been Secret, and I'm out.